Hey everybody, welcome back to Life with Type 1 Diabetes. This is Kara. I know it's been a while. I was sick for a little bit and then life just kind of got hectic. Anyways, I am back today telling you about my continued journey with being diagnosed with diabetes and what that looked like and all of that. So June 2010 onwards, that summer I had been diagnosed at the time with type 2 diabetes. That of course was a misdiagnosis, which in my previous video I touched on a little bit and will elaborate on in future videos. And so I went that summer with controlling it with metformin and diet and exercise, and so then that was all fine and dandy. And then I, at the end of that summer, was asked to be a bridesmaid with one of my good friends at the time. And so she and the other girlfriend of ours, we were all going to go down to a city about 5 hours away from where I live to go get wedding dresses. But at around the same time, my blood sugar started acting up again. So they were like high teens, low 20s, so like 180 to like 200 area-ish for my American years. And so then I was sent along for this trip with NPH, which is an injectable insulin for multiple daily injection use. So I did that. I didn't actually need to use it, but I was shown how by another friend of mine who's a nurse, and so that was good. So I didn't end up in a hospital down for that weekend. So upon my return, they did some more testing and they realized that I actually was living with type 1 diabetes. And so then I was put on 2 pens. I was put on Lantus and NovoRapid. And so then I started learning how to use those injections, and I did that for 2-ish years. So that was not fun because I didn't want to be what I like to call a human pincushion, getting poked all the time. And so then I did that, and so that then kind of began my journey on this whole, you need to like exercise a lot and you need to do daily activities to help you with all of your management of diabetes. And so today I wanted to also touch on that. Actually, I'm walking right now, you can probably tell it's a little bit of sun. It's a really beautiful fall day where I am, and so just the importance of any cardiovascular exercise that you do, and maybe some weight training, things like that. I find with living with diabetes, especially early stages, it's really hard to figure out exactly what works for you, what doesn't work for you, how you can control it, how you can best handle your blood sugars while you're working out. I always have issues with that, but I find that you just have to be really, really diligent. And I find, especially with multiple daily injections, or MDI as some of you refer to it as, including myself, taking really small amounts of insulin and then going and doing whatever you need to do. Sometimes with pumping, it can be a bit harder, which I'm on the Tandem t:slim X2 insulin pump in conjunction with the Dexcom G6 continuous glucose monitor. So it's one of those things where you have to just be really on top of it. It's really important for everyone, for their health and for your heart and everything, but especially when you're living with diabetes, it's even more important to do that. And so I just thought that I would share the beginning stages with you of my continued journey in living with diabetes at that time in my life and what that looked like, and just the pure fact that like I had to be on insulin. I had really hoped I didn't have to be on insulin because that's just, it was a whole other ballgame for me. It really, really was not something that I had wanted to do, but I had no choice at that time. I just had to be on insulin for forever. So that was a hard 2 years. It really was not ideal, mostly because you have to be very specific about when you take your insulin when you're on MDI. You have to take it at the same time every day. You have the sliding scale that you have to do, and it's quite the formula to figure out exactly what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And so for me, it was just a lot. And so then, yeah, I was just figuring that out. It was one more step that I had to figure out how I was going to do it, when I needed to take it. And the job that I have been doing for the last several years, I work as a care aider and nurse's assistant for my American viewers. And so I didn't have that option. I just purely didn't have the capability of being able to take it at the same time every day because my job is shift work. It doesn't allow for consistency in that. And so that's why for me, having to do MDI in part was the hardest thing, because I couldn't just take it at, 8 o'clock in the morning and have my lunch be at noon and eat at 6. Like, I couldn't do that. It wasn't possible for me. So it was a challenge, but it's all been part of the journey, and it's been a good learning experience for me. So I just thought I'd share a little bit of health with you guys and a little bit of my continued journey with diabetes at that time in my life. If you enjoyed this content, please feel free to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to, or if you haven't yet. I would love for that. Share it with your friends, and I hope you guys are all having a great day, and I will be back very soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.